Army crying. Jungkook experienced unexpected things in the midst of his popularity. Behind the lights, the roar of the stage, and the cheering fans who throng every concert, there is another side of Jungkook that is rarely seen by the world. Everyone knows she is a talented young BTS golden magne and looks perfect in every way. But who would have thought that in the midst of the peak of his extraordinary popularity, Jungkook actually experienced the unexpected, something that made the army around the world shed tears. The past few days, social media has been filled with hashtags that make anyone's heart touched by Stay Strong Jungkook. The hashtag came after Jungkook appeared in a live broadcast with a face that looked paler than usual, and his eyes implied deep fatigue. No one knows for sure what he was going through, but the look on his face that night spoke louder than words. He smiled, but his smile was heavy, as if something had been buried for too long. An idol of Jungkook's class may seem immune to pressure. But who would have thought that, behind all the success, fame, and wealth that he had, there was a sense of unspeakable loneliness? Sometimes I just want to sit quietly without a camera, without having to smile, he said quietly in the broadcast. That simple sentence left millions of soldiers around the world speechless. No one is ready to hear such a gentle confession from Jungkook, a figure who always looks strong and happy before the public. Since debuting at a very young age, Jungkook never really had time to become an ordinary teenager. Her life is always arranged, a schedule of rehearsals, concerts, interviews, up to endless photo shoots. Now, when BTS is worldwide and his name is known all over, the pressure he feels is even heavier. He became a symbol of perfection, and the world seemed to forget that behind it all, he was just a young man who could also feel tired, sad, even lonely. Many wrote messages of support on social media platforms, hoping Jungkook would read them. "We love you not because you are perfect, but because you are sincere," wrote one fan on Twitter. Others said, "Jungkook, you don't have to be strong all the time. We will always be here, even when you want to be quiet." Those simple words seemed like a virtual hug to the idol, who was probably struggling with the inner pressure behind her gentle smile. According to a source in the Korean entertainment industry, Jungkook has long struggled with emotional exhaustion. Although there is no direct confirmation, many believe that a long career journey without a break has had an impact on his mental state. He is known as a perfectionist, someone who always wants to give their best in every appearance. But that perfectionism is often a heavy burden on itself. Jungkook is the type of person who doesn't ask for help easily. He is used to enduring everything on his own, closing any sadness with a smile that he shows in front of the camera. "I don't want to worry anyone else," he said in one of the old interviews. That sentence now felt much more painful because it was clear that he had been trying hard alone for a long time. However, the most touching was when Jungkook mentioned his family, especially his mother. "I always think about Mom whenever I feel tired. I want to make her proud, but sometimes I feel like I've been too far away from home," she said softly. In that moment, thousands of comments flooded the live chat with heart emojis and crying. Many soldiers wrote, "Go home whenever you need, Jungkook. The world can wait." Not a few also highlight how the Korean entertainment industry sometimes forgets that idols are also human. They demand perfection, but forget that behind that muscular body and that beautiful smile, there is a heart that can be fragile. Jungkook is a vivid example of how one can be a global symbol, but still feel empty inside. He has given everything, his time, energy, even his youth to BTS and its fans. And now, perhaps for the first time, the world is realizing how heavy that burden is. However, the army did not let Jungkook walk alone. Support is pouring in from all corners of the world. From Korea to Brazil, from Indonesia to America, all one voice. "We are with you, Jungkook." Some fanbases even staged a global project called "You're Not Alone, Jungkook," where they lit purple lights in several major cities as a symbol of love and support. What makes this situation even more emotional is the way Jungkook responds to it. In one of his posts, he wrote, "I read everything. Thank you for reminding me that I am not alone." The sentence, though brief, is a reminder of how great the emotional connection between Jungkook and his fans is. He may not know each army personally, but their love has been a force that has kept him standing. Now the public is starting to look. Have we always been too demanding idol to always smile? Too quick to judge when they look tired? Jungkook may be just one of many artists struggling to maintain happiness in a demanding world. But her story made many people realize that popularity is not a guarantee of happiness. Today, Jungkook may still be battling an invisible storm. But one thing is for sure, the army will never stop loving him. For them, Jungkook is not just a global star, but a real human being. One who grows, falls and rises again with wounds that perhaps not everyone can understand. And behind the tears that shed at the sight of his fragile idol, there is the same prayer in the hearts of millions of fans. May Jungkook find the peace he seeks, not on a stage full of highlights, but in the simplest place, in the hearts of those who truly love him unconditionally. Within days of that live broadcast, the atmosphere in the army fandom felt different. There was a gentle silence, as if the whole world looked down for a moment to make room for Jungkook to breathe. No more shouting, "Jungkook, you're perfect." But now it turns into a loving whisper. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. And therein lies the power of army love, not just adoring, but also understanding. The news of Jungkook looking exhausted had made many in the entertainment industry flinch. He is a figure who has always been known as a professional, rarely showing his vulnerable side in public. But that night, all the walls seemed to collapse. And precisely because of this, the public loves him even more. He is no longer just an idol, but a truly living human being who can smile and cry like everyone else. Some Korean media even wrote an article titled, "Jungkook's Smile That Suddenly Disappeared Mirrors the Pressure in the K-pop World." Many have highlighted how hectic schedules, demanding perfectionism, and relentless spotlight can erode the mental health of even the most powerful idols. Jungkook is an example of how hard it is to live in a world where your every move and breath is judged by millions of people. However, for Jungkook, all this is not about looking for sympathy. In a subsequent post on the Weverse platform, he wrote with such sincere lines, "I don't want you to worry. I just want to be honest. Sometimes I get tired. But I will keep trying because I know you believe in me." That sentence made the tears of many soldiers fall uncontrollably. He still thinks about his fans, even when he himself is fragile. Some old fans remember how Jungkook from childhood did have a strong soul. He grew up in a humble family in Busan, but his determination to make his parents proud made him dare to leave home at the age of 14 to become a trainee in Seoul. He lives away from his family, learns to adapt in the big city, and faces tremendous pressure. Since then, Jungkook has not only fought for his dream,